Hi, my name is Ben Eskenazi for Gender Issues in Sport. This is video blog number one. I've been coaching varsity girls soccer and varsity girls basketball for the last couple of years, and I want to take this course so I could get an idea of the issues that female athletes have faced in the past, issues that they currently deal with, and maybe some issues that'll come up in the future, just so that I could be better equipped to coach them and coach them to the best of my ability and get a sense of what they've been through and where they're going. And in coaching these past 2 years, I can say with confidence that these stereotypes unfortunately do exist. It is sad because it's deterred some great athletes from playing the sports that they love. I've had some players on the girls' soccer team criticized because they're not as athletic and maybe they do run a little funny, and it makes them not want to play anymore. And I've had athletes who are on the other end where they're very good and very athletic and they're dominating the competition, and they're criticized because they look like a guy out there. And both of these females are great players and I want on my team, but are both dealing with these things that are making them not want to play. So it's hard enough to motivate your athletes, boys or girls, without dealing with these outside influences, but they definitely still exist and they definitely have a profound effect on these high school girls. From a masculinity and femininity standpoint, I've had female athletes not want to do any of the exercises that we're doing because they're worried that they're going to get too strong. In soccer, if we have a rain day where we can't practice or play outside, we'll usually go into the weight room for practice, and girls will not want to touch a weight. They won't want to touch a heavy band because they think that they're going to get too strong and they won't be able to move right and they're going to look funny, which is just not accurate. And those are just things that they've learned through social media, through who knows, friends, the media, it could be anything, and it lasts sometimes a lifetime. My fiance is 31, and we're trying to get into shape for our wedding, and she also doesn't want to touch any of the weights or the heavy bands because she thinks that she's going to look too muscle bound for the big day. So it's sad that women think these things. We need educators and coaches to make them aware that that is not the case, and that way we can have our female athletes continue competing in high school and beyond. There's other social things that girls have to deal with in high school that maybe aren't as relevant to boys. A lot of girls in high school get earrings, get, ears pierced, whatever pierced, and they can't do that because piercings aren't allowed when you're participating in high school sports, and they miss out on that. And sometimes there's high school dances on a Friday night. Our girls basketball team, we play a home game every Friday night, so our girls had to miss two dances this year, and you could tell that some of them were seriously considering missing our varsity game so that they could go to the dance with their friends. We also had a situation where two basketball players did not want to travel to our away basketball game to play because they wanted to stay and watch the boys play their home game with their girlfriends. So as a coach, I'm a little disappointed. I feel like it's a lack of commitment, lack of devotion to the team. But now, after reading the journal entry, after watching these videos and seeing what else everyone has to say, that this is just something that women have to deal with, and I'm not the only one who has their athletes dealing with this, and it's part of the social norms of high school, and you can't really argue with it. You have to understand why they feel this way and how to get them to make the right choices that won't negatively affect them socially, mentally, or physically. The good news is I think we are headed in the right direction. As you see from those videos, you have a lot of companies, a lot of organizations stepping up and advocating for women's rights. Our president, as anti-female, anti-whatever you want to call him, has, it seems like, really brought these women together from all over the world and stick together and show pride and be confident in who they are. And I think that's only going to have a positive effect for women for years to come, not just in the sports world, but in society in general. I also think that we have so many talented athletes now and role models that we can look up to in all these different sports. We have women dominating fighting, basketball, soccer, whatever it may be, that these women can look up to and try and emulate with what they're doing. So I know that twice as many girls drop out of sports in high school compared to boys, but I think that's just part of the progression as to where we're at right now. I think it's going to drop, whereas more women will be staying in high school and not be worried about what other people say about them, and they'll just do their best and hopefully take their level of competition up to the next level. So, very interested with all the readings and responses to this week one response, and I will see you next week.